Welcome, dear learners, in today's session on labeling and standardization in marketing. In our previous discussion, we have explored the physical aspect of packaging. Today, we understand deeper into the communicative and qualitative aspect of a product. We will focus on two critical components that bridges the gap between the manufacturer and the consumer, that is labeling and standardization. These elements are not merely statutory requirement, they are fundamental marketing tools that ensures information transparency, product identification and quality assurance in marketplace. Before we proceed with the detailed discussion, let us outline the specific learning objective for this session. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to define the concept of labeling and articulate its definition as per William J. Stanton and Mason and Rath. Secondly, you will be able to classify and distinguish between the different kind of labels including brand, grade, descriptive and informative labels. Third, you will be able to analyze the importance of labeling in the context of marketing functions such as identification, promotion and consumer protection. Fourth, you will be able to explain the meaning and significance of standardization in the manufacturing and agriculture sector. Fifth, you will able to identify the various bases upon which products are standardized. Sixth, you will be able to evaluate the advantage of standardization from the distinct perspectives of the consumer, the seller and society at large. Let us begin with labeling. When a consumer approaches a product, how do they know what lies inside the package without opening it? It is very essential to know the information on a product before a purchase decision is made. This is where the labels play a pivotal role. A product label acts as the primary sources of all necessary information regarding a product. It details the name of product, the name of producer, the quality standards, the specific contents, the quantity, the date of manufacturing, the date of expiry and crucial instruction to use it. Labeling therefore create a distinct identity for the product. It allows the consumers to easily identify which item is most appropriate for their specific need. To define this academically, we'll look to William J. Stanton, who defined a label as a part of the product which carries verbal information about the product or the seller. It may be a part of the package or it may a tag attached directly to the product. Similarly, Mason and Rath describes a label as an information tag, wrapper or seal which is attached to the product or product package. Ideally, the label is the voice of the product. Labels are not uniform. They vary based on the functions they serve. We can categorize label into distinct types. Let us examine the first two, brand labels and grade labels. First, we have brand labels. As the name suggests, the information given here is primarily intended to popularize the brand name. These labels are designed to communicate the brand identity to target customers effectively. When you see a label that prominently display names like Reliance, Airtel, Nokia or Tata, you are looking at a brand label. Its primary function is recognition. Second, we have grade labels. Have you ever wondered how we distinguish between products of the same category but different quality levels? This is the function of a grade label. This label contains information on the product quality or grades, allowing the items to be categorized into different forms. It does not necessarily focus on the producer but highlights the product form. Common example include labels on held drink, deluxe fan or a dusty versus leaf tea. These labels help the consumer assess the quality tier of the product immediately. Moving beyond basic identification, we encounter labels that provide deeper details, descriptive and informative labels. Descriptive, which is also known as illustrative labels, contain comprehensive information about both the product and the producer. The information conveyed here is expressive in nature. It disseminates maximum product information, including quality, manufacturing date, contents, and specific uses. You will often find these types of labels on pharmaceuticals and cosmetic products, where understanding the what and how of product is critical. Closely related is the informative label. This type of label focuses on specific data points. It provides details on the using method, security or safety instructions, the name of the producer, manufacturing and expiry dates, the name of the intermediary and additional instructions regarding use. Ideally, while a descriptive label gives a general introduction and overview, an informative label provides a maximum technical information to ensure safety and effective uses. Let us pause briefly to recap the kinds of labels we have discussed. We identified brand labels, which focuses on the name and identity of the seller. We discussed grade labels, which categorize products based on quality levels. We have also examined descriptive labels, which are expressive and illustrative regarding the product's nature. Finally, we looked at informative labels, which provides specific technical data, safety instruction, and statutory details. Understanding these distinctions is vital for effective product management. So, why is labeling considered indispensable? Labeling gives necessary information to customer and empower them. Ideally, customer can acquire knowledge about the quality and feature of product without having to taste it beforehand. They can recognize the standard and grade immediately because the label provides concrete data on price, quantity, and quality. Customer can buy the product without doubt or hesitation. Furthermore, it facilitates comparison. Consumer can compare the product with similar item from other firms based solely on the provided information. For the seller, the label helps to sell out the product by acting as a silent salesman. Crucially, it protects customers from the malpractice of middlemen. If the price and the quantity are printed on the label, a middleman cannot alter them. Thus, labeling is very important element affecting the sales and distribution process. Let us break down the importance of labeling in 5 specific marketing functions. First, identification. Labeling identifies the product and the brand. It popularizes the name, making it easy for consumer to spot their preferred item on a crowded shelf. Second, grading. Labeling grades the product. For commodities like wheat, labels expresses grades such as 1, 2 or 3. This classification helps the consumer understand the quality level they are paying for. Third, description. Labeling describes the product. It introduces the item, detailing who manufactured it, when and where, the ingredient used, and how to keep it safe. This comprehensive description aids the consumer's understanding. Fourth, promotion. Labeling promotes the product. Attractive graphics, figures, and marks draw the customer's attention. This visual appeal motivates the customer to make a buying decision. Fifth, labeling protects the customer. By clearly stating the maximum selling price and quantity, the labels serve as a shield against the possible malpractices of middlemen who might otherwise overcharge or underdeliver. Having understood how we communicate information through labels, we now turn to the product itself. How do we ensure that a product meets a specific expectation? This brings us to the concept of standardization. Different customers have different needs, wants, and purchasing power. A producer must produce goods of different sizes, standards, color, quality, and prices to match the consumer's physical structure and financial capacity. Standardization is the process of determining these distinct classes or levels. Standardization is the class, or we say the level of manufactured products, agricultural products, or natural products. For manufactured goods, the standard is determined on the basis of color, size, weight, or quality. It indicates the basic qualities or attributes included in the product. It is important to note that standardization indicates the quality of the product but not necessarily the best quality. Rather, it indicates a consistent quality. To understand standardization, we must look at physical measurement. Consider this question: when you buy a pair of shoes, how do you know they will fit? You know because of standardization. Ready-made garments and shoes are standardized with numbers like size 8 or size 10. Metal sheets and wires are standardized with gauges. Electronic motors are standardized with horsepower. Food grains are standardized by weight, such as 10 kg or 50 kg packets. These physical measurements define the standards. Standardization as a marketing function become possible only when goods of the same features are produced consistently. It is the prerequisite to maintaining quality, color, weight and shape. A product must be distinctive and identical in units to heighten the reputation and goodwill of the producer. Standards should be determined permanently and recognized by buyers and sellers, often established by the trade associations or chambers of commerce to ensure wide acceptance. On what specific ground do we standardize products? There are four main bases of standardization and grading. First one is quantity and measurement. Products are standardized based on weight and measure. We use kilograms, liters, meters, gauges or feet to define the standards of the product. Second, size. For physical goods, size is the determinant. Ready-made garments, shoes, screws and louvers are sold based on their specific size, shape and form. Third, quality. This is critical for agriculture and pharmaceutical products. Paddy, rice, cotton and medicines are standardized based on quality. Since consumers cannot easily judge the chemical quality of medicine, standardization provide the necessary assurance. Fourth, color. Surprisingly, color is also a basis. Fruits like apple and oranges are often graded and distinguished based on their color, which indicates ripen and quality. Fourth one is color. Surprisingly, color is also a basis. Fruit like apple and orange are often graded and distinguished based on their color, which indicates ripeness and quality. Next, why is standardization so critical? Let us examine its importance from three perspectives, starting with the consumer. First, buying facility. Customer can buy standardized goods easily. They do not need to inspect every single item. A consumer can buy standardized goods simply by looking at sample or reading the description. Second, using facility. Standardization goods come with specific instruction and composition details, making them easy to use. Furthermore, because parts are standardized, repair facilities are more accessible. Third, protection. Customers are protected from cheating. Standardization minimizes quality related risk, ensuring protection from adulteration. Fourth, fair price. Since the quality measured and size are known constant, customer can buy goods at fair price as market comparison are transparent. Fifth one is market information. Though advertisement customer get short description of standardized goods. Fifth, market information. Though advertisement, customer get short description of the standardized goods, enabling them to make proper buying decision based on known durability and advantage. Now, let us look at the advantages for the seller. Selling facilities. Standardized goods are easy to sell. No tedious inspection is required for every transaction. Selling can occur via description or sample. Second, wider market. This is a crucial point. Determining standard is the foundation of an organized wider market because goods do not need physical inspection. Customer from far off places can send purchase orders based solely on the grade or standard number. Third, loan facility. Banks are more willing to accept standardized goods as security to provide loan because these goods have ready market and their price fluctuation is generally predictable. Fourth, increase in goodwill. Seller of standardized goods earn higher goodwill because the quality and quantity are guaranteed. They establish a reputation for reliability and can often earn more profit. Finally, let's see how does standardization benefit society as a whole. First one is mass production. Standardization enables mass production. When we agree on a standard, factories can produce large volume of the same grade, allowing society to get standard quality goods at lower price. Second, market information. As producers publish information about standardized goods in newspaper and bulletins, the society become conscious and knowledgeable about quality and measurement. Third, protection. Society is protected from fraud. There is no risk of being cheated when the quality and standard are public knowledge. Fourth, employment creation. When the demand for trustworthy standardized goods increases, firm must intensify production and distribution. This requires more manpower, leading to empowerment creation and an improved standard of living for the society. Let us conclude this session. As we have covered significant ground, we established that labeling acts as the communicative arm of the product, providing essential data through brand, grades, descriptive and informative labels. It identifies, promotes and protects. We then explored standardization, the process of ensuring uniformity in size, quality, and performance. We learned that standardization benefits the consumer through ease of purchase and protection, the seller through wider market and financing, and society through mass production and employment. Understanding these concepts is essential for any student of marketing as they form the bedrocks of the trust in commercial transactions. That brings us to the end of today's lecture. I hope the concept discussed were clear and helpful to you all. In the next session, we will discuss an important topic of market research.